Hello BookTube, my name is Faye and you're watching Mystery Date with a Book. Okay, today we're doing a tag. I haven't done a tag in quite some time. So, I have my trusty notebook here. Today we're doing the representation book tag. It was created by Iris Moon. I'm going to leave her link down below. I highly recommend you go check her out. Let's get to the questions. So, this is all about representation, okay? So we're looking at diversity, right? First question, introduce yourself. Okay, so I'm supposed to talk about my identities. I'm not really sure how to do that. I've never done that before. Okay, so let's see, I'm mixed race. I'm half Spanish, which is like Mediterranean, I guess, and a quarter African black and a quarter Brazilian. Like, I was born in Brazil and I live in Northern Ireland. So, don't ask me where I'm from, it's too complicated. I don't really have like an ethnicity. Well, I do, everyone has an ethnicity, but it's not as clear cut as most people. Like, you're white, or you're black, or you're this, you're that. I'm mixed. I'm mixed race. I have a little bit of everything in there, so, and about 10% Irish as well, so go us. So yes, that's me. Question number 2. What was the first book or media in which you felt represented? I'm gonna say, thinking mainly on this mixed race identity, I'm gonna say When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon, if I'm not wrong. Am I saying it wrong? I might have butchered her name. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. You probably not, but so, yes, When Dimple Met Rishi, because the two main characters, they are American Indian, which I know has nothing to do with my background, but they come from a place and they're living in a different place, if that makes any sense. So I identify with that. Like, I could relate so much to their problems. So it's like when you go home, you don't really have a home, but when you go back to the country you were born in, you feel like an outsider. You feel like you don't belong because you're not part of that culture. You don't think like they do, you don't act like they do, so you feel like an outsider. And people will treat you like an outsider. So, it's like you're a foreigner in your own country. But then, if you live in a different country, like I do, like, you're born in one country and you live in another one. But then, like, when you think about the country where you're living at, you weren't born there. I mean, at least in my case, I look different from the people in the area. Like, I'm not completely white. And they will treat you like an outsider, just like the people back at home will treat you like an outsider. The local people here, where you live, treat you like an outsider as well. Like, you're different. You'll always be different. You'll always have a bit of an accent. Even if you don't have an accent, you can't change your face. You'll always be a little bit different. Some people don't let that get in their way. Like, some people will just treat you like a person, which is what we're all supposed to do. But other people will treat you differently. They will look down on you, they will undermine you, and, it's just not cool, is it? But, you get nice people and not so nice people in every culture, in every country, so you just have to deal with it. Oh, so right. I'm going off on a tangent here. So, getting back to When Dimple Met Rishi, the conflict between the parents and the children in the family, both in Dimple's family and Rishi's family, they're very different, I know, but especially Dimple, like, I could relate to her so much. Her parents are from India, but she was born and raised, I think she was born and raised in America. So she identifies with the American culture. Like, her values are a little bit different from her parents. The way she sees things, the way she thinks, the way that marriage is not her priority in life, while her parents are trying to set her up with this Indian boy and all that, there is a conflict between, not just between generations, but different cultures in there as well. And I can relate to that. Like, my parents relate so much more to the Brazilian culture and sometimes to Spanish culture as well. And I relate a lot more to the British way of thinking and the way they do things and why they do things, and so there is a little bit of a clash there. So I could relate so much to Dimple in that respect. So yeah, that was really good representation. Really good. Okay, spent too much time on that one. Right, let's get to it. Question 3. Is there a character in your favorite book that represents you? Okay, first of all, what kind of question is that? Who asks a person what their favorite book is? I don't have a favorite book. Like, I have a couple of favorite series, which is Harry Potter and the Lunar Chronicles. We all know that. But books, like single books, standalones, I don't think I have a favorite book. I mean, I liked Warcross. I liked The Night Circus. I think they're two of my favorite at the moment. I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. But even thinking about those two standalones, The Night Circus and Warcross, there's no real representation for mixed race people. I don't think. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is a mixed race character in either of those books. It's kind of hard to find mixed race characters in books, so yeah. Right, okay, question 4. What was the worst representation of one of your identities that you have ever read? Okay, worst representation of a mixed race character. See, I don't know, because there's not a lot of mixed race characters in books, in YA books at least the books I read, YA, or classics. That's what I like, classics and YA. Don't think I've ever seen a bad representation, because I haven't seen many representations. Like, you might see a few mixed race people in books, but the fact that they're mixed race doesn't really interfere with the story. Like, it's just, like, they could be from anywhere. It wouldn't change them. It wouldn't change their personalities or anything. So, I don't know. Like, can I pass that question? I'm gonna pass. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna pass that one. We're skipping. Okay, question 5. What's the best representation of your identity that you have ever read? Again, When Dimple Met Rishi is a really good one. That was done really well, really well. There's also, I remember also, Lara Jean. She's mixed race, isn't she? From that series To All the Boys I've Loved You Before, or something like that. I've only read the first book, and that was ages ago, so I don't really remember. But I think she was half Korean, half American. Is that right? I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. Half Korean, half American. So yes, there you go, another mixed race. But, that was a long time ago. I don't really remember the story. That was my fault, really. So you can see that the American culture plays a huge part in her life. Like, she's basically American. But then the food that they eat at home are very influenced by Korean food, by their Korean culture and their background. So yeah, so there is a mixed race element in there. So yeah, that counts. Question 6. Do you think your identity is misrepresented or underrepresented in the books that you read? I think mixed race people are definitely underrepresented in YA books and classics, but classics, classic books are kind of different, aren't they? Because they were written so long ago. People didn't really move to different countries back then. It was really hard moving to a different country. But now we have planes. Hello? People are moving a lot more, you know, you're getting a lot more mixed race people. And the tendency is for that to grow. Like, we're gonna get a lot more mixed race people in the future. So, why not get more mixed race characters in books? So yes, I think they are definitely underrepresented. Like, my other identities, like, I don't really have other identities, like, yeah, I'm mixed race, and, well, I'm straight. So, most characters, at least in the books that I read, are straight, so, you know, there's a lot of representation there. I'm female, there's a lot of female characters. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of identities, like, yeah, I'm just me. You know, not even my accent is clear cut. Like, my accent is a mixture between Brazilian, American, English, and Northern Irish. That's my own unique accent. Like, I don't even sound like anyone else. Not even my sisters sound like me. Like, we all picked up a little bit of an accent from different places. So, like, you know. Anyway, so that was the representation book tag by Iris Moon, and that was a really good tag. I'm gonna tag a few people down below, and even if you're not mixed race, like, you could be, we're talking about any identity here. Like, it could be ethnicity, it could be your sexuality, it could be age group, it could be anything, anything. Even a career or a profession that you think is underrepresented in books, like anything really. So yeah, so I'm gonna tag a few people below. Even if you're not tagged below, do it. Okay, I say do it. Tags are not very, you know, I'm not very strict with tags. If you want to do it, just do it, you know. Let's all have fun here. And so yes, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. And if you're not new here, welcome back. And I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.